Hello, Andrew here on behalf of Troy's Toys to talk to you today about my newest model kit, the Master Grade Sazabi Ver. It is a fantastic kit. It is absolutely huge for its size, brimming with detail, excellent articulation, color separation, and interior detail, and all little kinds of transforming gimmicks. It comes in this gigantic box that is pushing me out of frame. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this so I have more room to talk and put the model here a little bit more in center. This thing is incredibly impressive. It is a Ver, meaning it is designed from the model to the instruction manual to the box entirely by Hajime Kotoki, one of the best mechanical designers Bandai has, and it's just an excellent, beautiful kit. Full warning, it's expensive. This thing will probably run about 8,000 yen. If you're in America like I am, you're going to be running probably about $100. That's what it costs me at a local hobby store. But you know what? I think it's totally worth it. This thing is massive. It's one of the biggest kits I've ever made. I have made perfect grades before, but this thing really blew me away in what it presents to itself. It's in a real grade color scheme. If you're familiar with the smaller real grades, they really like to have a lot of different shades of color on the armor. You can see here on various parts, like in the shoulder and all, that you have slight different colors of red, and in the interior you see little glimmers of silver, especially going in the back here. You can see some metal colorings underneath. This kit does feature a transformation gimmick, although not as big as, say, the Zeta or the Unicorn. What happens is a lot of the panels will open up and you'll see a lot of interior detail underneath. And just about everything kind of slides open and pops up all around the shoulders, around the legs, waist system. You can see there, it's just all that little stuff pops out, and it's all correctly colored. This is assembled, not painted yet, just to give you an idea of what you actually get out of the box. It is fantastic. If you wouldn't want to go through the trouble of painting this, you would still have an excellent model. Some of you might say, well, it's a $100 kit. Obviously, you want to go all the way and paint it. Well, you know, no, not everybody does. The wonderful thing about these models, if you're not really familiar with the genre known as Gunpla, which is Gundam plastic models, Bandai, who is the producer of these kits, has created the best models, in my mind, in the world. If you've ever built airplane or car models in the past, in the old days, they were usually like single color, and they were glued, everything you had to glue. These kits are marvelous because they're very simple to build. If you've ever put together like IKEA furniture, it's pretty much like that. You know, part A goes into part B and all that stuff. And even though the manuals are in Japanese, they are slowly beginning to put English in them. But I've been building these kits since 2001, and everything I've done with them has been in Japanese. But their instructions are so clear and so precise that you really won't have any problem putting them together. And all you need is basically a pair of side cutters and a sharp X-Acto knife. And even then, you know, a little bit of sandpaper if you want something like that. But this is it, pretty much out of the box, best case scenario. Now, this does come with water slide decals, which like all of the Ver kits do. I'm undecided whether or not I'm going to paint this, honestly. It looks so good. I might just top coat it and put decals on it and be done. I am absolutely happy with the way this thing looks. And you might feel the same too. Like I said, this is a $100 model kit. It is going to put you back pretty big. If you do like this kit and it appeals to you, but that's really out of your price range, they do have about a half-size real grade version of this, which retains much of the stylings and transformation gimmicks at about half the price. You can probably get that around $45 or $50 US. And if that's still really pushing what you want to put into a model kit, they do have a high grade at the same size as the real grade, but without any of the transformation gimmicks. And it's like I said, it probably sits about half the height. You can probably get that for about $20 to $25, depending on where you look. So no matter what your price range is, you can, you know, own your own Sazabi kit. This is my first Sazabi. This is really basically like a 2.0. They did make one many years ago. That's more accurate to the original animated film. But this, being a Verkad kit, has Hajime Kotoki's kind of personal style all in it. It's just a fantastic kit. What it comes with, it has 2 beam sabers stored in the arms. It has 2 tomahawks stored in the shield. It comes with the shotgun, comes with a new long rifle. This is actually in the original design of the Sazabi, and it never appeared in the animated film, but you get it in this kit, so that's really cool. You do get beam effect parts for the beam sabers and the beam tomahawk. They're the same ones if you have built the Master Grade Sinanju. They are basically the same pieces, and they all fit in. And speaking of the Sinanju, if you have one that has the bazooka, you can actually equip this rifle with the Sinanju's bazooka. So that's kind of cool, you know. Overall, I would absolutely recommend this kit. It is everything you need, even though this thing's big. And yes, it has weight to it. You know, this thing is not hollow by any means. I mean, look how big the box is. And yes, those are brimming with parts. This thing has an extensive internal design, and everything has little details, and it's beautiful. Probably the most agonizing part of this kit is building the 6 fin funnels, you know, doing the same thing over and over again. So if you separate these, they actually pop up, and you have your fin funnels here. These are like little flying remotes, little remote things, and they pop open, and they have a little gimmick too, where if you push them, the gun comes out the front. So really cool. And they do have a little spot in the thruster that you can put a peg in. And if you wanted to do like a flying effect, it would easily be able to do that. In fact, I think there are like special sets for thrusters and all that you can get to make it look like they're flying. Insofar as articulation, this thing does everything. It has a rotating hip joint, so you can actually move that forward. Legs go up, super high. This pops off, don't worry about it. But you can see that's about how high you can get without popping the legs or the skirt armor off. Put that back on there, if I can. There. The knee, double jointed elbow. Even though this thing is huge, you can still get a beautiful angle on the legs. This thing can do anything you want, really. The arms as well can do pretty much anything you want. This includes a new Master Grade 2.0 hand style that comes in packaging similar to the Perfect Grades, where it's like already built onto like this multi-segmented sprue tree, and you just cut it off and you just kind of work the joints, and ends up being really nice. I got really scared working on it. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna break this thing. But no, it works fine. The hands are very nice. They're still stiff. They can definitely hold whatever you put in them. One really neat gimmick is kind of like the Sinanju. You can take this shield and it will mount under this little shoulder thruster piece. So it'll actually flip up under there and give you this kind of hands-free look. So overall, I think it's fantastic. You can put a typical Bandai LED into it to light the head up. I don't think I have one. I might have it with a double O. I'll have to check and see. It does accept the action base. It does come with an action base adapter, so you can stick it up under the legs there and put it in a lot of cool flying poses. You definitely want a strong base for this thing, because like I said, he chonky, as they would say on the interwebs. Overall, I think it's fantastic. Can I recommend it? Absolutely. Do I think you should get it? Well, that's up to you. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I personally prefer Xeon kits, the bad guy kits. I'm not big on Gundam itself. I think it's old hat. It's just so samey. But these kits, I love just the volume of them. As Troy will tell you, I love big bots, and I cannot lie. So this thing is great. You should probably look for it. If you're in the price range and you can throw around $100 for a model kit, you're going to be very hard-pressed to find something better than this. I love robots in general, and I think this is a fine addition to my shelf. And it's great. Go get it. Love it. Bye.